Close at noon. Take a quick piss. Quick piss in the box. You about to record now? Hold on, man. Let me take a piss first. We should be shooting hoops. No, it's gonna take a minute for people to probably get in. So yeah, we might as well go on right now. You on there? No. No, I'm sorry. Go to the No, don't start recording yet. Wait till we actually start. Need a little coming soon. Class will be starting soon sign. Class will begin in moments. Please be patient. Huh?
Nah, it's just like the website is like hella delayed.
Do we need light? Are we good? Mejor or no? Boop, boop. I have a feeling we're going to be doing this class by ourselves.
Well, they can always come back and look at it.
You know what I'm saying? Boom! Bright lights, bright lights. We're going to start right at 11 o'clock. I want to push pause.
Why?
Just to see it. So I wonder if we can edit it when we come back and we post it on the site. I don't think you can.
Ready? 11. You want to wait 5 minutes?
Are you recording already?
We're streaming now. I didn't start recording yet, though.
Stay streaming. Where the basketballs at? Welcome to the shot challenge. Shot is broke. Godly. Sound like I'm building bricks. Hey, if you are logged in, man, if you want to chat with us, you got to tap on to the YouTube button. It'll take you to YouTube. God damn. It'll take you to YouTube. And then you could do live chatting with us, ask your questions or whatnot in that section. We'll be beginning momentarily after I get my shot right. Seems like we need some theme music. Damn, man. I ain't made not a shot yet. It's cold up in here. Man, I thought that was it. All right, this one's it, man. When I make one, we're gonna start. Damn, man. When I make it, we gonna start. There we go. Woo woo. Hey, woo woo. We appreciate y'all tapping into. This is our live session. We're doing something a little different. We broadcasting straight to the fractals.com website in our live training room. So, you know, switching it up, trying something new. If you wanted to tap in and chat with us, ask us some questions, all you got to do is hit that YouTube button. That'll take you to YouTube, and then you can ask your questions in the chat right there. Man, let's get on it, man. I appreciate off the top, man, Happy New Year. You know what I'm saying? Happy New Year. We're going to be doing some amazing things this year, and I know you will too. And, man, we're just delighted to be a part of your printing journey, and that's some real shit. Everybody that purchased Fractals, man, that means everything. You see us in the shop, man, we printing, we're making fractals, we're providing everybody with, you know, something that'll improve your life and your economic situation. That's the goal. Print dreams is the goal. And today, we're gonna start off with something, you know, just a little different. We ain't gonna do t-shirts. We're not gonna be printing hoodies right now. I'm gonna show you something of how to print on these bags right here, right? And these bags come in handy. We use these bags for putting our supplies in, our registration brackets. They're actually called part bags. And we got them off of Uline. You can check them out. These are the 9x12s, and it's perfect for when we're sending out our X-Plug with the registration brackets and the hardware. It fits perfect, man. So today we're gonna show you how to print, how to line that up, how to register that on Platen. So let's jump into it, man. No delays. It's gonna be a short one today, right? So assuming that you got your transparency, right? We're gonna backtrack in another session to teach you how to print out, get your artwork laid out. But right now we jumping right into the printing session. So this is your transparency that we printed out and we burnt our screen with. We're gonna put that on the Platen and we're gonna line that up because we're gonna tape it off. And it's critical when you printing on things other than t-shirts, you gotta tape off your section that you don't want ink to hit. And that's important because over time, if you print, you're gonna end up getting your edges dirty and it might mess up what you actually print. You feel me? We good too? And so we're going to go through that process right now. Got our transparency laid out, and we actually prepped our artwork in our design program to get us right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark these edges, and I'm going to know exactly where I want to put this tape at. And I ain't using nothing but some regular old, what kind of tape is that, man? Painter's tape or something, right? Boom. Got that taped off. I mean, not taped, I got that marked off. And now we're gonna register this first. Get our registration hardware. It's gonna come with the carriage bolt, a bracket, knob. That's what it looks like. If you're just tapping in right now, we appreciate you logging on to fractals.com for our live training session. If you want to chat and ask questions, tap in on the YouTube button right there, whether you're on your mobile phone or your desktop, and then you'll be able to ask questions. 2 is our moderator today, so he's going to be telling me your questions and we can get them answered. So once you get your brackets on there, you don't want it to be too tight because you want to be able to adjust it, right? So we're going to get it there so it's loose enough that we can move it to where we want. Right? Once we got our brackets on there, then we're going to line up our screen with our transparency that's on the platen. And right now we have, on our platen, we have double-sided platen tape. And this is how you register not only this, you would register your t-shirts as well, but you would also have, you know, a different registration. Why are we looking like that? Let's see here. Oh, okay. We need to find one that doesn't have our spacers on here. Is this what the one you were printing on before too? Oh, okay, gotcha. We got to put the space on there. So let's move this up a little bit. Boom. It was too close for me to. And now let's remark this, our corners. Reason why I moved it because it was too close. It didn't want to register. The transparency was not lined up properly on the platen. All right. There we go. We're gonna line it up close. It's not like we're printing on a t-shirt, right? It's not like we're registering multiple colors. And so as long as I got it, you know, close to the eye, it's not gonna be as important. What I'm gonna do is gonna be taping that off anyway. So you wanna make sure you get your knob snug down tight as you could do it with your hands. Go back and forth so that it tightens and it flattens evenly, right? Once you have that, you're gonna re-rack your screen, and now we're gonna tape that space off. You can remove your transparency. We don't need that anymore. And like I said, this tape is so that we don't get ink on places we don't want it. This ain't nothing but some regular masking tape. Boom, just like that. Now that we got that mask off, let's double check just to make sure. Yep. We're good to go. We have quite a bit of space in between our off contact is a lot more than what we would usually have. We have probably about 3/8, almost a half an inch off contact. We need that though because we're going to be printing with these bags, and we'll get to that portion right now. So make sure your off contact is higher than what it usually is. What are we using in these bags to make sure that the print comes out flat? If you try to print just over the top, there's nudges. There's these cording that comes in the bag, right? Then there's the edges of the bag. Just like if you were trying to print over your sleeve, over the collar, you'll need to put something underneath it to give it a little cushion so that when you print it, it actually prints flat and you'll get the full design even over the seams. Same concept with your bag. This is kind of difficult, I ain't gonna lie. What we're using is these silicone, these heat resistant silicone pads. It's only I wanna say it's the 3 millimeter. And it's just like the ones you would get in your heat press, but thinner. You can get these on Amazon, and it's good for using, we're using bags and different things like that. Yeah. Put that up in there like that. I ain't gonna lie, it's cold up in here. As Big Boy would say, cooler than a polar bear's toenails in the shop today. Phoenix is usually hot. It's a cold day today. All right, so boom, got that on there, nice and flat. And what we do now is just line the bag up with those edges. Got this one already prepped. Make sure you get your drawstrings out of the way so that doesn't get printed on if you don't want it to get printed on. And so we left just about a 1/4 inch of overlay on each side. And the object of this is not to really look, this is not like a t-shirt. We want it to be perfect. Like I said, these are our part bags, and we went for a distressed look on the design, as you're gonna see. And this is an important thing to do, man. Your number one rule when you're printing is to stay clean. That's the hardest thing. Telling everybody in the shop, stay clean. The cleaner you can keep your hands, the cleaner you can keep your workspace and your workstation, the faster you're gonna produce, the less items you're gonna mess up. And that's important. Before you know it, you got ink on your fingertips, ink on your platen, there's ink everywhere, and now you're just losing time and losing money. If you got some gloves, put them on. You get tired of wiping your hands off. That could be a headache, man. If you're just tapping in right now, we appreciate it. Tap on to the YouTube button, and that'll take you to YouTube so you can actually chat with us. If you have questions, holler at us in the chat. We'll moderate that. All right, got your gloves on, really snug like that. Now let's grab some ink. We don't need a whole lot. We're just gonna print a couple of bags today. Well, actually, we're gonna be going into production. We just got about 200 of these bags onto that we need to print. Like I said, these are our part bags. And every time you order a Fractals or some hardware brackets, registration brackets or whatnot, we're gonna be using these bags. And, I heard people reuse them for whatever it is that they need, and that's cool. But gloves keep your hands clean. I ain't gonna lie, you ain't gotta go back in. And that's what your apron is for. Something to wipe your hands on to keep it clean. Boom, that's out the way. We got a squeegee ready to go. Squeegee ready to go. Clean squeegee. All right, let's get to it. Like I said, our off contact is higher than what we would usually use for a t-shirt, and that's because we needed that extra space for the cushion in the bag to sit on. Now, we are not gonna, let's do a little light flood. I don't wanna do a big flood. What kind of screen we got? I think we're using like a 160, right? 160 screen. So we're gonna give it 2 good swipes. Probably could have did 3 swipes, but it's all right. Boom. As you can see that, we got it on there. Let's flash this. And some people are using this as their full cure, and that's cool. It works for that. These bags don't take a whole lot of heat, and so that's important when you make sure you don't overcook them. This usually takes around 20 seconds. You can see it already starting to smoke. That one smoked a whole lot. Now we're gonna flip it over, do the other side. That one still got some wet on it. Let's cook that a little bit longer. You wanna make sure your ink is all the way dry. If you have a conveyor, that works better. We do have a conveyor, but you know, we're trying to show you how to use it in case you don't have a conveyor. These bags get hot quick. Yup. So our little overprint right here, you can just clean that off with a napkin or something. Now let's jump to the other side. I think this one's a little too big for the bag. We're gonna trim that up on the next go around. Get that a little closer right there. Make sure your hands is clean. What is that? Sound like there's something in our ink. Boom. And we're gonna flash these. In this case, we're gonna do a complete cure. And it'll most likely work better when we pull this out. Let's do that. Pull our silicone out of there, like that. This allows the heat to flow under and in the bag to get a complete cure. These bags are only like, I don't know what they call this. It's like a really light canvas, but you got to be careful with it. See how it wants to bend up on you. And before you know it, you might overheat it and burn the bag. So you kind of got to hit it in segments. There you go. It's smoking, still smoking. Yup, cured good. That one's not cured too well yet. We're gonna put that up under there a little longer. So the object for these were not to be perfect. These were just made as part bags, you know, with the distressed look. And I think we achieved that on this design. Boom, front and back. Front and back. We might have to run those through our conveyor. Let's do that one more time. That was the first one. Didn't come out too bad. I think we can get it looking better though. All right, so same thing. You want to grab your bag, put your conveyor, your silicone pad in the inside. One of these was a little big. I think I need to trim it up a little bit. I think it was this one. We're gonna trim this up a tad bit. So the bag just lays flat. Get out of here. Trim it up just a little bit. And if this is something you're doing for a client, then you might take a little more time, and it's also good to advise them that, you know, you might get inconsistent prints just because how you're doing it. But we might take a little more care if we was doing this for a client. But like I said, these are just bags that we send out as our part bags. People use them for whatever once they get them. But, you know, we don't spend a lot of time on them. This is just meant to help the packaging and our presentation. All right, so once again, you want to put it down within your parameters that you put for your tape. Boom, make sure it's flat. Could have trimmed that top off just a little bit. Boom. I think we in there good. All right. Grab your screen. Sit it in the eyelets. I think there was something in this ink. There is. There's something in that ink in the edge. Boom, I think that looks beautiful. Check that out. Now let's flash it. We went max. Yeah. So these bags are really thin. It's a really thin, I don't even know if this is cotton. It's a thin something. A cloth, sackcloth type of bag. Huh?
Almost like hemp.
Yeah, like a hempish. So we don't want to overdo it. Clean off your overlay so that when you flip it over, you don't dirty up your platen. Some of these edges are still, they're getting a thick amount of ink. So we're having to heat it a little bit longer. If you got any questions, go into the chat. Hit this other side. Probably could have used a smaller squeegee to get in between the edges a little bit better. All right, so this is our last one. And we want to pull our rubber out, silicone. You know what I'm saying? And then we're going to give it a complete cure, much as we can get here. Rather run it through our conveyor, but we're just showing you for if you only have your flash unit that comes with the fractals, you can still execute these prints like this, right? So we're going to hit it in segments like that, just so that we don't burn the bag. Just keep checking it. Let's flip it around. Let that other one get a little bit more heat. The middle always gets more heat than the edges. So we just flipped it around so that these edges get just as much heat as the middle did. And that's just what happens when you have flash unit with a big design. If you got any questions, man, if you guys want to see us print or teach you any specific thing, whether it be how to do multicolor, CMYK, how to set up the artwork to do this type of thing, let us know. Put it in the comments, email us, text us, hit the chat, hit the website, and we'll be happy to let you know when the next print demonstration is. Yep, we still got a little more flashing to do on this one. But we out of here. We appreciate y'all tapping in, man. This is another free live training session only here on Fractals.com. We check y'all on the next one. We will.